Hi, it's Dave from Yorkshire Water. I'm here at Ryburn Reservoir just above Ripponden today. It's one of our reservoirs. We manage 120 reservoirs across Yorkshire, which helps to supply our 5 million customers, and 44% of our water supply comes from reservoirs predominantly on the west and the south of the county. So probably the biggest question from customers is, why don't you build another reservoir? Great question. Now, reservoirs take up a lot of land, they're very expensive, and they take a long time to build. Now, we are looking at what we can do with expanding some of our reservoirs, and there are 9 new reservoirs being built across the UK or in process of being built. The one in the south, which everybody talks about, is going to cost £7.5 billion to build. It's going to take several years to build, and the operating costs for that are going to be 1.9 billion over the first 60 years. So you can see why it is so expensive. Now, we tried to expand a reservoir in conjunction with our colleagues at Severn Trent several years ago. We had to abandon that scheme because of the amount of objections that we received to that process. Now, if we were to build a new reservoir, we would need to put it in the right type of land, so it's got to be in a valley where we've got catchments where it can flow down. But as I said, it will take several years to go through the process, the planning, and then the building, which is why we are concentrating on maximising what we can get from our groundwater sources and boreholes. So another question is, what can we do to protect or increase our water supply? Now, given the change in climate, we are spending a lot of time looking at this, and given the changes in population, and one of the big things is the increase in data centres, which really do use a lot of water. So we've got to look at how we, for the long term, protect our water supplies. We've touched on what we're doing looking at reservoirs, whether we can expand reservoirs, whether we can build reservoirs. We've got lots of programmes ongoing that abstract groundwater or borehole supplies, but we are already underway with building a number of service reservoirs, and we're also looking at, every 5 years we look at the water resource management plan for what we need to do for the future, and we're looking 20-25 years ahead because of all the changes that we've faced in recent times. We look at things such as population growth, demand areas, the availability of water, and what the future climate looks like, which is interesting given the last 5 years and the climate changes that we've noticed. So in the water resource management plan, we explore a mix of solutions. We'll look at new reservoirs and groundwater sources. We'll also look at water reuse options that don't rely on rainfall. We always look at how we can try and reduce demand, and the other thing is, where can we build transfer pipelines across Yorkshire to move water to where it is needed as quickly as possible. Thank you for watching. I hope this has given you an insight into the roles that reservoirs play and what we are doing to try and manage water going forwards.